You know, actually wearing this as an Englishman should be punishable by death. There should be 3 lions, not this eagle. It's absolutely hideous. The Bundesliga is considered one of the world's most popular leagues for a number of reasons. It has passionate fans, low ticket prices, some of the world's highest average attendances, and some of Europe's most popular clubs. But there's something else which can't be seen down on the pitch that makes the Bundesliga so special. It's the 50+1 rule. The 50+1 rule states that a club's members must retain 50% of the shares plus 1 share. It's what stops commercial investors from taking a controlling majority of the club. The rule prevents Russian billionaires, American business tycoons and Arab states from buying a club and treating it like a toy. The 50+1 rule is the beating heart of German football, and it's one of the reasons that makes the Bundesliga so special. But the rule isn't in place in other leagues, so overseas investors can simply buy a club and make changes to it without consulting the board or the club's fans. Take Cardiff City in the English Championship, for example. In 2010, the club was bought by Malaysian owners who changed the club's blue kit and bluebird emblem to a red kit with a dragon. That's absolutely tragic. They did this because red is considered a lucky colour in East Asia. Fans were outraged, but maybe it was lucky. The club returned to the Premier League for the first time in 52 years. It wasn't really their club anymore though, was it? Other English teams such as Blackpool, Leyton Orient and Portsmouth have also seen their fortunes plummet thanks to greedy owners who are just trying to make a quick buck. This couldn't happen to a club like Borussia Dortmund, for example. Their 154,000 members can veto anything from ticket prices to changes to the club's crest. But there are many people who think the 50+1 rule is a bad thing. Why would they think that? The Premier League may have its faults, but it's pretty competitive. A different team has won the Premier League every year for the past 9 seasons. Not since 2009 has a team retained the title, when Manchester United achieved that under Sir Alex Ferguson. Things are pretty different in Germany. Bayern Munich have won the last 5 league titles in a row and are on course for a record 6th title this season as well. Bayern Munich ruin everything. Many people believe scrapping the 50+1 rule would make things more interesting in the Bundesliga. What if clubs weren't forced, for financial reasons, to lose their best players to the bigger clubs? Take Schalke, for example. This is the team they could have had if they hadn't been forced to lose their best players to bigger clubs. Mesut Ozil, Ivan Rakitic, Leroy Sané. That's a pretty good team. Oh boy. What if Werder Bremen could bring in the type of players that Bayern Munich can? Imagine if they got James Rodriguez on loan, or even buy him. Sounds pretty good, right? But despite the untold riches new investors could bring, Bundesliga clubs remain fiercely opposed to scrapping the 50+1 rule. In February this year, Hanover fans protested their owner Martin Kind from trying to seize majority control of the club. Martin Kind had applied for exemption from the 50+1 rule on the grounds that he'd been funding the club for the past 20 years and he could be trusted. Trust no one, Hanover fans. But Hanover fans didn't just want Kind's application being rejected, they wanted to kick Kind out of the club. And it's no surprise, given how much the club's fans hate another club which has bypassed the 50+1 rule. Which brings us neatly along to RB Leipzig. How am I going to say this? I think I know. SSV Markranstädt. Markranstädt. SSV Markranstädt.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a German. Until 2009, the club was playing in the 5th tier of German football and was known as SSV Markranstädt. That was until a little-known Austrian energy drinks company called Red Bull bought the club, changed its name, changed its kit and crest, and gave it 100 million euros to play with. But the rules in Germany stipulate that a club can't be named after a sponsor, hence its new name, Rasenballsport Leipzig. Rasenballsport is like grass ball sport. It's terrible. Red Bull's marketing strategy found a way around the 50+1 rule. Whereas Schalke had 140,000 paying members at the time, RB Leipzig had just 17. And guess what? All of them worked for Red Bull. Okay, now the club has 750 paying members, but it's still miles behind the other clubs in the Bundesliga. Fans of other Bundesliga clubs are absolutely disgusted. But what they can't deny is the success story which has seen Leipzig move from the 5th tier of German football to 2nd in the Bundesliga last time round and a Champions League participation this year. But none of that would have been possible without a very sneaky sponsor. Here in Germany, everyone hates Leipzig. Even I hate Leipzig. He hates Leipzig. We all hate Leipzig. Do you hate Leipzig? SSV Markranstädt. Stupid name. So that tells us why other clubs hate Leipzig quite so much. They've achieved a lot in such a short amount of time, but they haven't respected the basic traditions of the Bundesliga. Whatever their stance, it's hard to argue that Leipzig bending the rules hasn't been a major factor in their success. So what do you think? Is the 50+1 rule too important, too valuable and too traditional to be scrapped? Or is it the best way to make the league more competitive? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.